Now, we're going to look at bearings today, and we're going to start by looking at compass bearings. But the reason why we use bearings is the bearings we used in exploring when you didn't have anything to compare it with except a north line or a south line or east or west. But we tend to look at north is the focus, sometimes south when we look at compass bearings. But this is when you just need a direction. What direction is this? It is straight north or east or west or south. Um, so when we're looking at bearings and we've only got a starting point of A and we're going to B or we're heading in this direction, that's when we might use a bearing. So we're going to start with compass bearings. We all should know north, south, east, west. Never eat soggy Weet-Bix. Never eat soggy Weet-Bix or north, south, east, west. We should know the compass bearings at least a little bit. Let's look at how we do these compass bearings. And we always measure them from north. So this bearing here, if I'm heading in this direction, I'm going north, then I'm turned 50 degrees to the east. If it was up here, I'd be going closer to north. It might be north 15 degrees east. So let's see if we can get where north 15 degrees east might be. There's north 15 degrees east. So we're going north, but we're turning up 15 degrees east. If we did north 80 degrees east, I wonder where that would be. North 80 degrees east. Well, we're starting north and then we're turning 80 degrees east. So I think it'd be down here somewhere. So let's see if we can show you where north 80 degrees east is. So we're going north 80 degrees east. We never call this east 10 degrees north. We always start from north-south. So north 80 degrees east. If we come down here, it's not north 100 degrees east. You'll see what happens if I go down here. Suddenly it's flipped to south. So we measure it from south. So this is south 30 degrees east. So this would be south 30 degrees east. So if we had south 80 degrees east, what would that be? South, and then we're turning 80 degrees east. So let's see if I can find south 80 degrees east. There it is, there. There's south 80 degrees east. I wonder what we call it if we go over in this quadrant, because it's not east anymore. So it'd have to be south something west. So if it was down here, it might be south 10 degrees west. South 10 degrees west. Oops, there it is. There is south, and then we've gone 10 degrees west. If it was way up here, it might be south 70 degrees west. I wonder if that there would be south 70 degrees west. And there it is, south. We've gone south 70 degrees west. Now, this is all compass bearings. Compass bearings. And I wonder if you could understand what it might be up here. Say that line there at 45 degrees. What would that be called? It wouldn't be south something. It's definitely not east. Would it be west, 45 degrees north? No, because we always count it from the north. So I think it would be north, 45 degrees west. And that's our true or compass bearings. They're our compass bearings. That's north 45 degrees west is that. If we change to true bearings, and we'll slide it back to 0, and we're going to look at true bearings, that is 0. All true bearings are measured from north. So north is 0. And as we go around, if we go out here again, let's go here to 45 degrees. So we're going around 45 or to north 45 degrees east. It has a true bearing of just 45 degrees. 45 degrees T. We put a 0 in there. We'll talk about that in a minute. If we go down here, that would be 90 degrees. Oops. So true bearings are just measured this angle from north, and we always go in a clockwise direction. So if we wanted a bearing of 100 degrees, it would be out here. Bearing of 100 degrees. There it is. And yeah, sure, it's south 80 degrees east. See if we can get rid of that. But it is a bearing of 100 degrees. A bearing of I wonder what this would be. Straight south. So what angle would that be? That would be 180. So straight south should be a bearing of 180 degrees. And that's why those first ones had a 0. True bearings always have 3 numbers. So a bearing out here might be, it starts here and we go all the way around. So a bearing of 200 would be 20 degrees this way. So let's have a look at a bearing of 200. There's a bearing of 200. It's that angle there. It's 180 plus the 20. Okay, I wonder what the compass bearing of that would be. Would that be what? South 20 degrees west. There it is, south 20 degrees west. If we change this again and we had a bearing of up here, let's make it 300. Bearing of 300, why is it 300? Because all the way around is 300 degrees. From north all the way around is 300. So what's this angle in here? 60 degrees. So what would it be as a compass bearing? That would be north 60 degrees west. North 60 degrees west. Let's do that the other way and let's see if we can do one the other way. Always want to slide that. Let's do that one nice and easy. It is south on a compass bearing. It is south 50 degrees east. So we know this angle is 50. How can we find the true bearing? Well, we know that's 90 and that is 40. So it should be 130. There it is, 130. Let's do one more. We'll do it over here. We'll make it a nice number, 40 degrees. So as a compass bearing, what would that be? It would be south, then 40 degrees west. There it is, south, 40 degrees west. What would it be as a true bearing? So as a true bearing, we want this whole angle from north all the way around in a clockwise direction. So we know that's 180 degrees to south, plus 40 is 220. Perfect. Okay, and we might just do one more. I know I said one more, but one more is always good. How about 10 degrees there? So as a compass bearing, we measure from north, compass bearing, and we're going 10 degrees in the west direction. So that should be north 10 degrees west. As a true bearing, we're going right the way around. So it's not quite 360 degrees. What would it be? 350 degrees, wouldn't it? Okay, hopefully that has helped you a little bit with bearings, and we can then use these in trigonometry, because that's the important part. Not just understanding bearings, but use them in trigonometry.